Hi everyone, my name's Madison and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an upcycled pine cone art. I love making these for birthdays, for gifts, for Mother's Day. I gave one for my sister and I uploaded on Facebook and people actually started ordering them. So I sell them now and makes a profit off of it. And the profit's actually really well because another good thing about pinecone art is that it's very low cost to make. I'll give you tips and tricks throughout the video of how to cut the costs when making the pinecone art. It just depends how much money you want to spend and how much effort you want to put into them. So I want to start out with everything that I have out. If you look at my table, it's a little bit busy, but it takes a lot of tools to make it. So first off, pine cones. I have big pine cones and I have little pine cones. At first, I was just walking outside and picking up pine cones from my grandparents' yard, my yard. And then once I started getting orders, I went to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and I would buy bags of pine cones. I have one bag of little ones right now. But they actually come in all size of bags, especially around this time, Thanksgiving and Christmas. You can get the big bags of the bigger pine cones, like this. So that is an option if you want to go outside and get them from the yard. That's absolutely free. If you want to do this more, I would say getting them from the store would be easier because when you get them from the yard, sometimes you have to cut them and trim them down. So next, I have paint. I have all these colors lined up. These are just some of the colors that I'm using today. These are 50 cents to $1 at Walmart. There's so many colors. You can do, we're doing a colorful pine cone today. But I've done just grays for people, just grays and whites. I've done pinks and blues for some others, so it really just depends what colors that you like and if you're making them for someone, what colors they have in their house. Paint. I have this cutter. We're not going to use it in the video today, but I wanted to show you. This is what I use to cut my pine cones with. So you gotta get inside and cut them if you want just the top, or say you just want the bottom half of it. That's an option as well. This part is hard, so sometimes I have my husband help me with that. I also have, of course, the wood. Mine is a barn door that I got from my grandparents' house, so that was free. But I have had to go to Menards and buy a longer board and cut it in half or thirds. Usually the lengths are, this one's 5 by 10, but I do have some bigger ones that are 10 by 20 or 10 by 30. So it really just depends what size and what type of board you want. I've also drove the back roads and looked for fallen down barns, knocked on the people's door and asked to buy the wood that was sitting there. And they actually just ended up giving it to me. So if you're really outgoing and that doesn't bother you, that's a choice too. Otherwise, the longer boards at Menards are $10 to $15, but you get about 5 to 10 boards, depending on how much you want. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Paintbrushes and water, because I like to rinse. I put my paint on a paper towel. Some things that I've done before the video are paint a couple of them just because it is time consuming. So we have red, pink, blue, green. The smaller ones I also have red, pink, I have a purple. So I'm going to repaint this one. As you can see, some of the colors, like this yellow one and the orange, the lighter the colors, the more coats that you have to do. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush. I have my orange paint. You just go over it. I love these pine cone arts for gifts. You can go into Walmart and you can buy a birthday gift or a Mother's Day gift. But essentially, Walmart has the same things. You don't see homemade, upcycled art like this. And so it's really unique. And I feel like people appreciate it more when you take the time and you make it. And you make it unique to who you're thinking about. So just one more coat and it fills it out a little bit more. And then I just line them up how I would want to do it. I'll show you once I'm done. I have a bigger yellow one. So usually what I do is I put the larger pine cones on the top, and then underneath the littler pine cones are more for just fillers. So I have a whole bunch of filling ones. And you kind of just play around with it how you want to do it. I also went outside before I started the video and gathered some sticks and twigs. That way I use it for the stems of the flowers, depending on how you do yours. I've seen people not use stems. Really, it's your creation, so you can use it, decorate it how you want. And I love that. If you want to do just a couple colors, you can do that. I think I've used about 7 colors on this one. So, here's my sticks. I've lined them up. And I just break the sticks. I can trim them up later if I need to. You can get thicker ones. You can get small ones for the smaller flowers. And then I have my hot glue gun plugged in. And even hot glue guns are only about $5 to $6 at Walmart. And put it in. And I really like this red one on the corner, so I'm going to just put the glue all around and stick it on. Stick it on the top board. And that gives you a look of it. And I just go down the line and glue them how I would want. Pine cones are not perfect. Sometimes sides are crushed. Let me show you one for an example. That one side is a little missing. But I'm still going to use it on a project. I'll just put that side down to the board so you can't see it, or put another small pine cone close up to it. So if you throw out the bad ones, that's also wasting because you can use them. I love using nature as creating art because pine cones are usually left inside or outside in the yard. And people just run over them, walk over them. So going out and collecting them or asking people for their pine cones will probably be helping them out too, because a yard nuisance. So I'm just gluing all my pine cones down how I would want. I'll show you in a minute. Make sure you see it. So that's with all of them down on the board. I've not added the sticks yet. Alright, here's a stick. I just glue one end of the stick because it's so small and the hot glue stays really well. I just start putting them around. Alright, let me do one more just to show you. Let me do this one. Those hard ones sometimes are the big ones are sometimes really hard to break. So you can use scissors to do that as well. See the sticks on there? Alright, that's about it. Paint the pine cones, glue them down, get the sticks and glue those down onto a board. You can paint the board if you want. I hope this is motivating for you to do some different things for some gifts. I know I like to get different things, and especially homemade things. So hopefully this Christmas coming up, this can help you do some creative gifts. Thank you.